Greg, can you talk about Michael Lowe and what you saw when you first got here, and if you had any impressions of him and sort of what he's done since then?
Um, when we first got here, he was a guy that everyone talked about as a potential guy, so we weren't sure. Little out of shape initially. We told him the things that he needed to do. By the end of the summer, he had accomplished everything that we asked. Got his weight down, looked good, worked hard. Has become a leader by example more than just kind of trying to be vocal but not doing everything.
Besides the weight thing, what else did you want him to do?
Learn everything. With our safeties and what we ask of them is that they have to be the quarterbacks of the defense. A lot of communication out there. He's done a great job in the classroom in regards to processing the information, as well as being on the field and distributing the information.
There's sort of an assumption that Steph and Avery might be your safeties, and Avery's, of course, coming off the injury, but it looks like Michael's really made sure that no one could wrestle that away from him.
That's correct. That's correct. That would be safe to say. Haven't officially made that decision yet, but right now, Lowe has clearly said it loud and clear that he's ready for it.
And it was not something you necessarily envisioned back in
I wasn't sure. I had no. My whole deal, and I tell those guys this from day one, is I really don't care who starts. None of that matters to me. Just because you were a starter last year doesn't mean you're going to be a starter this year. And that's the way Coach Kaufman believes in it, and we follow that. So that gives everyone a fair opportunity to truly compete for contentions of starting. But again, right now, in regards to Lowe, he's doing everything that's asked of it. He's playing at the level we want him to play at.
How is Sebastian doing?
He's doing good. Now he's trying to get completely healthy. You know, something gets healthy and then he has some other issues. But he's getting back on there and he's starting to understand. He's missed some field time, so to say. But he is a veteran. He has played before. And the expectations is he will be in the mix also.
Expect White to be able to play in the opener?
Too early to tell. I'll keep it short with that.
Okay.
It's too early to tell, but we'll see.
Is there any prognosis on when he'll be able to do contact?
No.
When do you make a decision on Dozier or Allensworth starting?
Me personally, I would like to hopefully make a decision towards the end of this week, to be honest with you. I already have it in my mind kind of where it is. I'm not ready to let them know that yet. I want them to keep battling, keep competing. But the reality is I do have 3 guys that are qualified enough, even though Walker and Dozier have actually had playing time, whereas Allensworth hasn't. I don't think that really matters right now.
What percentage of the time are you in a nickel anyway, where all of those guys
It depends on the offense. So it's not a set deal of how we're going to do it. It's more whether they given us to determine if we're going to be in.
But that other corner
nickel.
would be that guy, probably?
Oh, yeah. It'll be those 3. When it's nickel, those 3 are going to be in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
When you play nickel, do you pull a linebacker or a defensive
Pull a
end?
linebacker. Yeah, we pull a linebacker.
Has Allensworth been a surprise over the camp?
Not really, because this is kind of what he's done in the spring. So the expectations were everyone we're going to improve and get better. And no, I wouldn't say it was a surprise.
What does he do well?
Well, he's a dual player right now. So that's the advantage because he has the ability to play corner and play nickel. So it gives us depth at the nickel spot. At the corner spot, he's got some size to him, as well as he's got a good understanding of the techniques we're teaching and then playing man coverage and zone coverage.
Why can he play nickel? What allows him to do that?
Usually the guys that play in there have more savvy, more awareness, can play well in crowded spaces. It's not too big for them in regards to their vision to see multiple things at the same time and react.
And how's the transition gone with McClure at safety still?
Surprisingly well.
Really? Really?
I didn't know what to expect. He claimed he's kind of played it but not really played it, and he's done a great job of just studying the position. And now that when he got out there, it didn't even seem like he wasn't a safety to begin with.
Should it be that easy for him to do that?
Well, he's got some playing experience under his belt. So,
right.
And he is a smart person who not just at the time when he was a corner just learned his position. He learned everything that was around him. So I'm not surprised in that aspect, but I'm a little surprised how fast he picked it up.
Where would you like to see him improve over the next, until August 30th, basically, from here until now?
Always. All safeties have the same deals. Always work on your angles, open field tackling, and then continue to work with understanding how the system goes. Our system is a little unique that way. That gives a little bit more freedom to the safeties to make calls, and he just has to get a really good feel for that.
So does that fit well with him, having so much experience and kind of having that extra freedom that you guys give him? Do you think that kind of fits him?
Yeah, I think so, but I'm not
sure.
not ready to make that decision.
Okay.
I think part of him being able to make the transition, I mean, he spent a year with that knee injury, not this most recent one, the one before that, standing on the sidelines and really essentially being kind of a player coach a little bit while he was hurt. How much do you think that helped him? Because he understood kind of the big picture instead of just his spot.
Well, there's a big thing about sitting and visualizing and seeing it. And then the next biggest issue is actually being on the field and seeing the same picture and then reacting to it. So that's what I was a little bit more impressed with, was the fact that not only did he know it, but his movements reactions were pretty good.